Hi everyone. Welcome to the Real Life Football Manager with myself, Paul Britton. Hopefully the odd person might watch out there in the stratosphere of YouTube. If you manage to find yourself stumbling upon this video, please click subscribe, get me excited. Anyway, I'm really passionate about doing a save and trying this. I can't see a save like this anywhere on YouTube or within the community of FM. And I'm really passionate about doing a save that really tries to replicate real life and what it's like for a real life manager out there. Let's face it, Football Manager, it's relatively easy, isn't it? Relatively. I know people will be going through a terrible run of form at the moment as we speak, and they'll be like, well, what's he on about? And pulling their hair out and resisting the urge to go to look at tactics might help in forums and on YouTube and stuff like that. But ultimately, we all get there in the end. Throughout our Football Manager careers and Champ Manager and history and stuff like that, ourselves, our friends, we're all full of tales of how we've managed to take Sutton United to the Champions League and whatnot, Tamworth and Maidenhead, and all these weird and wonderful non-league teams who have become a dominant force in English football. With us at the helm, and we have our statues built and we build these new stadiums, don't we? And we all have them stories, and we all liked them, didn't we? We all enjoy. It was a great time. We think back to them times and think, what was I doing then? Yeah, it was a great time, staying up till silly o'clock in the morning, and it was worth the black eyes. But ultimately, I always found myself addicted more to Football Manager when I'm losing, when I'm in a losing streak, and I always wondered why. And it's that sense of being beaten and the determination that sparks in you to correct it, and you go chasing it, very much go chasing it, and that's what gets me hooked. And I'd love there to be an option in Football Manager to tick a box, and that would be the match engine is completely neutral. These games are built to kind of age you a little bit. I don't know the technicalities of it, but ultimately it's not as harsh as it would be if it was completely neutral. So, yeah, I would have loved an option like that for Football Manager. They're not going to. They don't particularly want managers out there to be spending 30 years, if you think about the mobile careers, but numerous years, even in the full fat one, stranded in the lower tier of English football. They just don't want that, really, and not most people don't. However, you have the real life Football Manager, that's me. So this save, as you'll see on my screen, I've got my first break in management at Chester. That's a team that's fairly local to me. I live on the Wirral, so team that's nearest to me is Tranmere, but they're not in the National League. Chester are National League North. That's the lowest rank division I could go. It's where I want to start, and that's where I may end up for this whole save, and I'd be quite happy with that, in a weird sadistic way, and that's the save. So how am I going to let that happen? I will be striving to win the league, and I'll be striving to climb, but I'm going to apply certain rules, and these rules will be to try and replicate the difficulties a real life manager may face. So the first one will be, I can't buy players for cash. No cash transfers. Only free transfers. And let's face it, a lot of clubs in the lower leagues, they don't buy players for cash. You know, ones that do have got the target to rise and climb and break into the Football League with the backing of local businessmen or consortiums. You might see that. I mean, most recent one that springs to mind is Salford City. That's an example. They started spending cash. A lot of the clubs we take over in the National League South, North, they don't go around splashing the cash. So I'm not going to. Recruitment will be done. I can only sign free transfers for players under the age of 21. And they must play for a team. They must have played for a team that is in the northwest counties. So the logic around this one is the players I'll be mixing in with when I'm looking around and recruiting, they're not going to be on high wages. And it's highly unlikely, and it doesn't happen in real life, that say a player was released from Portsmouth or say a London club or the North East. It's highly unlikely they're ever going to relocate to Chester on £50 a week. You know, a lot of these guys I'll be mixing in with, they'll be part-timers, they'll have jobs. So I tend to play for their local team. So say, for example, a player was released by QPR, you might find a career path would lead them towards a London club, a lower league London club. And we're going to try and replicate that. So I need to check in their career history, check if they've ever played for the North West Counties club. And then I kind of reassured them that that guy in the past has managed to establish links and be able to play for a team. And when I say North West Counties, we think about, it's officially 9 counties, but I'm not going to clash Cumbria, that's still too far. But I'm going to swap Cumbria for the North Wales. I'm going to say North Wales, near North Wales to Cheshire. So think about Cheshire, Merseyside, Greater Manchester, Lancashire. They're your North West counties. So if there's history of playing for a team that resides in one of them counties, then I'm free to buy that player. Other than that, I cannot sign that player. Another rule is I can't loan any players from higher divisions. Okay, in real life, teams do. This is one of them rules where I'm just basically trying to put a cap on myself to make the game hard. I might find myself with other rules trying to lean towards the loan market to get me out of a mess. No, not having it. So, no loans from a team in the higher division. I can loan from a team in the same division. They tend to be my kind of peers, and they'll tend to be players that are basically on the fringes of their teams as well. So I've got that kind of freedom to do that, just in case I have an injury crisis in a particular position. So yes, we will go with that. That's a rule. Wage budget, the wage bill. I cannot be in the red. It's as simple as that. If I'm in the red, I need to actively get myself out of it. So if I'm in the red, I have to sell. I have to sell straight away for however long that takes. No recruitment. I cannot recruit players whilst I'm in the red. And that's how I'm gonna play it, guys. You know, I've got to be careful, monitoring my squad, monitoring the age, seeing where I need to recruit in the future. I'm going to have to look after the team. You know, if we think about a non-league save many of you might have had, we might end up with a completely brand new squad by the end of the season, don't we? And we scavenge and we poach, and a lot of the time things can be a bit easy when we get that first promotion, and then you got the League One, League Two teams, transfer listing players, and you can maybe poach a couple for 30k, 50k, reduced price, and these guys are they're still at league level, and then you end up in a national league with some real meaty players that can go on. I've just remembered another rule. This will be the last one, and this is the real life one right at you. And in Football Manager, there's always a way out of this, and that is I must sell players to a club if a club from a higher division or abroad bids. Now that's a key one. That could be a choker for me, that one. When you manage to get a good player and they're really performing, they're the reason why you're performing well, that's going to get traction. It is in real life, and you see these players perform, they end up going upwards in the pyramid, and there's nothing a real life Football Manager can do about it. So this savours for the real life managers out there. You guys who turn up to the training ground and put your life and your reputation on the line, only to have us, kind of Football Manager geeks tell you how rubbish you are at it and how great we are because we managed to take Sutton United to the Champions League. Anyway, have a subscription please to this, guys, if you want to see how I get on. There could be some painful moments. I could be having games literally fighting for my life. But cheers, thanks for watching, guys.